Decision statement in programming language. The statement by which we can check any kind of condition in programming language. These statements are known as decision statement. By using this statement, we can control the flow of a program, and for this reason, this is also known as the control statement. And this control statement is implemented using the condition, and for this reason it is also known as the conditional statement. So control statement or conditional statement in programming language is the today's video topic. In programming language there are three types of control or conditional statement, and they are like if statement, switch case statement and conditional operator. By using this statement, this if and switch case statement, we can control the flow of a program, and by the conditional operator we can also control the flow of a program. Again, the if statement is categorized in four types, and they are simple if, compound if, complex if and nested if. So by using these all types of if and switch case and also a conditional operator, using or any kind of these, we can control the flow of a program. Now I come to the point of simple if statement. Now I am going to discuss about the syntax of the simple if statement. Syntax is nothing but the structure or the way of writing of any kind of statement in programming language. In syntax, what I wrote in the board, you cannot edit this structure. You have to follow this structure. Suppose for simple if, the syntax is like this: if, then within bracket we are giving the condition, which condition is going to checked, and if this condition become true, then the statement which is written within this opening and these closing braces are going to execute. So this is the syntax of the simple if, and syntax mean the way of writing technique of any kind of thing in programming language, or the structure of the writing of any kind of statement in programming language. So whenever you write to any kind of statement using the syntax, you cannot edit the syntax. You have to follow the syntax. Now you can see the condition is given within the angular bracket. Here in syntax, the angular bracket means you have to write down the actual value within this within this bracket. So in syntax, angular bracket means you have to write the actual value or actual condition in here, and if this condition is become true, then the statement which is written within this opening and closing braces of this simple if is going to execute. But if this condition is not true, if it is maybe false, then which one or which statement is going to execute, it cannot be determined by using the simple if. Now in case of if statement, the statement may be one line statement or maybe more than one line, that is 2 lines or 3 lines statement. That means the statement may contain maybe 1 line or maybe contain more than 1 line, maybe 2 lines, 3 lines, 100 lines maybe. In case of if statement, there is a feature available that if the statement contains only single 1 line, then this opening and closing braces is not mandatorily given, but if the statement contains more than 1 line, then this opening and closing braces is mandatory. It means you have to write down these braces for whenever you are going to write the statement which contains more than 1 lines. Okay, if the statement contains only single line, then you can give the opening and closing braces for this simple if, and you can remove this opening and closing braces for the simple if. So this is the syntax of the simple if statement. Now I am going to do a program using the simple if. Suppose in this program I am going to check whether a number is a odd or even number. Odd or even number are set which are actually divisible by 2. Then the number is said to be even, and if the number is not divisible by 2, then it is odd number. Now I am going to check this even or odd number by using the simple if. The value entered by the user already taken into the variable n. Now I am going to check whether the n hold the value is either even or odd types. So first time write if and then the bracket, and within the bracket we have to write the condition, and condition is if the number is divisible by 2. So n modulo 2 equals to 0 is the condition to check whether the number is even or. Then after I am giving the opening braces, and then after I am writing printf it is a even number. Now if the number is not even, then by using this simple if we cannot determine, because if this n mod 2 equals to 0, that means if the number is completely divisible by 2, then this condition becomes true, and this statement which is written within this opening and closing braces of the if block is going to execute. And if the condition become false, then the what statement actually going to execute cannot be determined by using the simple if. And for this reason I am going to write another simple if here, and within this I am going to give the same condition whether the number is not equals to not divisible by 2. It means the remainder is not equals to 0. So this is the condition, and then after I am writing printf it is a odd number, because if the number is not divisible by 2, then it is an odd number. Now I am going to compile this program, and then after I am run this program, and suppose I am going to input first a even number like 6, and then you can see the output is it is a even number. So 6 is going to check in this portion that 6 mod 2 equals to 0. It's completely correct, and for this reason it is this statement is going to execute. And in this if block 6 mod 2 not equals to 0, no, it returns the remainder 0, and for this reason this statement is not executed in this portion. Suppose even again I am run this program, and now I am you can see it is an odd number. So in this portion, this if block, the first if block is not going to execute because condition is not matched. The second if condition becomes true, and the statement of the second if condition is going to execute. By using this two simple if statement, we can check whether a number is a even or a odd number. As I told you earlier that if the statement contains only a single line, then the opening and closing braces for the if block is not mandatory, it is optional. In this case you can see I have already written that opening and closing braces in both the if simple if case. But if I am just omit this opening and closing braces for both the if block, then what actually going to happen? Let's check it. And now I'm going to run this, and again I'm just entering the value like 14, and it is an even number. So without using the opening and closing braces, it can run. So when the statement contains more than one line, then the opening and closing braces are mandatory for the if block. But if the statement contains only one line, then it is not mandatory, it is optional. In the previous portion I have written the opening and closing braces. The program ran very successfully, and now I have just omit this opening and closing braces, and you can see the program also runs successfully. If we are going to do the same operation of checking of a number